Some other scholars, some of the Hanafis say there shouldn't be barriers because if there's too much of a space between the children, the womb can become loosened, and you can lead to more miscarriages because you're having the children too far apart. That's only some of the fuqaha. So this is a wide area. Our ulama, it's not like, hundreds of years ago we were just waiting for someone English or American to come across. Alhamdulillah, now we found the truth and medicine is sorted. We had these matters figured out, sorted and sussed hundreds of years ago. So this, when you talk about contraception, this is one of the ayats that will come up. Surat Al-Baqarah, the second surah, ayat 223. This is one of the ayat that will come up. There will be numerous ahadith that will come up. As I said in closing, again, there's a difference of opinion regarding oral sex. There is a difference of opinion. There's a difference of opinion about these matters. Try not to argue about it. Try to be mature about it. Don't fight about it. Because the conclusion comes down to, the situation comes down to regarding whether semen or the female ejaculate is pure or not. If you don't think it's tahir, then you're going to say that it's haram because someone is getting najasa on them. If you think that it's pure, then you're going to say that it's halal because it doesn't matter. And you're going to quote a hadith where the Prophet ﷺ, he woke up one day and Aisha radiallahu anha was cleaning his clothes and was using her fingernails to scratch the dry streaks of the semen off of his clothes from when they had been together. Right? You're going to hold that understanding if you think that it's tahir. Right? The key is, as I said, with any difference of opinion, to be mature. To be mature. Imam Ibn Al-Jawzi rahimahullah, he says, quote, and so the Exalted One has said, وَلَا تَجْعَلُوا اللَّهَ عُرْضَةً لِأَيْمَانِكُمْ أَن تَبَرُّوا وَتَتَّقُوا وَتُصْلِحُوا بَيْنَ النَّاسِ وَاللَّهُ سَمِيعٌ عَلِيمٌ. لا يؤاخذكم الله باللغو في أيمانكم ولكن يؤاخذكم بما كسبت قلوبكم والله غفور رحيم. And do not make the name of Allah a hindrance and an excuse by swearing your oaths against doing good, or against acting righteously, or against making peace between people. Indeed, Allah is all hearing, all knowing. Allah will not call you to account for what was mentioned in your oaths that was vain or forgetfulness, or that you said intentionally. But He shall take you to task for oaths which you intended in your heart. And indeed, Allah is the most forgiving, the most forbearing indeed. When Allah had said, do not make Allah an excuse in your oaths to break them, the reason why this was revealed, there were a number of reasons. One is, it was sent down regarding Abdullah ibn Rawaha. There was a dispute between him and Bashir ibn al-Nu'man regarding something. Abdullah ibn Rawaha swore by Allah that he would not come into his presence or speak to him ever again. And he said, already I've sworn by Allah, so he's not halal for me, except I break my oath and I'll have to fast. So this ayah was sent down regarding him, as stated by Ibn Abbas. There was also a man around this time who swore by Allah that he would not keep his family relations, nor keep peace among the people. And this ayah was sent down regarding this matter. It was also mentioned regarding Abu Bakr, when he got into an argument and swore that he would not spend money on his wife Mistah, as narrated by Ibn Jurayj. And he had also sworn on another occasion that he would not keep relations with his son Abdur-Rahman until he became Muslim. The point of this is, and the meaning of this ayah, is do not make Allah a reason or an excuse in your oaths. Do not make this a reason. And do not seek to do this all the time in your oaths, meaning that you're always swearing by Allah in your oaths. So don't swear by Allah that you will not be righteous, you will not show piety, you will not do justice or goodness between people. As stated by Ibn Abbas, Mujahid, Ata, Sa'id ibn Jubayr, Ibrahim al-Nakha'i, Al-Dhahhak, Qatada ibn al-Da'ima, Al-Sudai, Muqatil, Al-Farra, Ibn Qutayba, Al-Zujaj, and others. Secondly, don't swear by Allah lying in order to take advantage of the creation or creations, to lead them astray, and to gather people together by lying. Also, don't always swear by Allah, even if you're doing righteousness and goodness, because constant swearing by Allah turns it into a light thing. And this is the statement of Ibn Zayd. Close quote. So what's being referred to is not to swear by Allah and lie in your oaths, but also not to swear by Allah all the time. You and I both know that in Arabic or in other languages, people will sometimes swear and they'll say things and they use it lightly, right? So you'll see Arabs I've seen and sat with them and spoke with them because they're my people, but I will hear them saying, Uqasimu billah, I swear by Allah. Tallahi, I swear by Allah. Right? Or Wallahi, I swear by Allah. Billahi, or expressions like this. And you have other examples of qasam and things like this when people say them. And it makes it something light, where you get used to it. And the power that's in that word, the power that's in swearing by Allah, it's removed. Because you become used to swearing by Allah and you don't put anything to it and you swear by Allah and you don't hold yourself to account. It becomes something light on your tongue. Imam Ibn Al-Jawzi rahimahullah, he says, quote, but He, Allah, will take you to task by what your hearts intended, and Allah is forgiving and forbearing. Mujahid said, meaning whatever your intention was. So whoever, He, Allah, is forbearing with the one who did not intend anything by it. He was ignorant and didn't understand the penalty for what would happen by swearing by Allah and not carrying it through. Swearing oaths has two forms, past tense and future. Past tense would have to do with when one swears an oath and it's a false oath. For example, someone says, by Allah, I didn't do it, and he actually did it. Or he says, I've done it, and he actually hasn't done it. An example of a truthful oath that is valid is when someone is truthful when he says, by Allah, I've done it. Or I didn't do it, or I did it, and he actually did it. Or he didn't do it in the case where he denied doing it. Oaths in the future are of 5 types. One is where someone swears an oath to do an act of obedience. In this case, they would have to fulfill it, and to leave it is disobedience. Like someone swears that they will pray the 5 daily prayers. Well, this must be done already. So to leave this would be disobedience. Or they swear that they will fast Ramadan, or that they won't take intoxicants. These are things that already must be done, and to leave them would be impermissible. The second type of oath is an oath of disobedience, to where if someone fulfilled the oath, it would be disobedience. But if they left the oath and broke it, it would be obedience. This is the opposite of the first. The third type of oath is an oath in which it is an oath of obedience, and to fulfill the oath is righteousness, but to break the oath is disliked. Like when someone says, I swear that I will do Nafil Salah after my Fard Salah. The fourth type of oath is an oath that is disliked. To carry through the oath would be disliked, but to leave it is obedience. And this is the opposite of the third type of oath. The fifth type of oath is an oath that one would make that is permissible. And to do it is permissible, but to leave the oath and to have to compensate it and not fulfill it is permitted as well. Like if someone swears that they will not enter a land in which there's in it someone who oppresses the people, or he will not travel a road where he feels fear, or things such as this. This is permitted. Allah the Exalted has also said, لِلَّذِينَ يُؤْلُونَ مِن نِّسَائِهِمْ تَرَبُّصُ أَرْبَعَةِ أَشْهُرٍ فَإِن فَاءُوا فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ غَفُورٌ رَّحِيمٌ وَإِنْ عَزَمُوا الطَّلَاقَ فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ سَمِيعٌ عَلِيمٌ. The Exalted One has said, indeed, those who shall leave behind women shall have them wait 4 months. And if they should fulfill this affair, then indeed Allah is forgiving and compassionate. Surat Al-Baqarah, ayah 226. For those who leave behind their wives in oaths, Ibn Abbas has said about this, in the days of ignorance, when a man sought something from his wife and she refused, she refused to obey him, he used to swear that he would leave her behind or not come near her for a year or 2 years or 3 years. Then he would leave that oath. When Islam came, Allah declared that to be 4 months. And Allah sent down this ayah. Now Sa'id ibn al-Musayyib said, what men were doing in the times of Jahiliyyah caused great harm, because the man did not intend what he was doing to his wife, and he did not want for her to marry someone else besides him. So he used to swear that he would not come near her ever again. And so what Allah did is He declared the appointed time in which the man had done this and the time of its ending to be 4 months. And this ayah was sent down. It was sent down to stop this practice and to break this practice. If someone should say something like this, saying that they shall refrain from their wives shall have to wait 4 months. Now, she doesn't become left behind or forsworn unless he has sworn by Allah that he will not sustain his wife for more than 4 months. If he swore for 4 months or whatever is besides that, then she's not been forsworn. This is the statement of Imams Malik, Ahmed, and Shafi'i.